Okay, so what if I wanted to make projectiles spin a little bit? Well, obviously circles do not need to spin because we're not gonna notice it anyway. But triangles and rectangles might look a bit fancier. In terms of movement, we are using force and velocity. And the way it actually does anything is in update physics. Final velocity is calculated based on the mass and force. But I think in terms of rotation, I don't want to be so clever. I think just having a constant speed of rotation, as in angle speed or something. Force, speed clamp, mass. Rotation speed. What we want to do is to change rotation. Rotation speed times game frame time. Something like that. And let's set rotation speed to something so it's not 0. And we can actually test it. And we need to go into rendering of our projectile. It actually uses this thing. Let's do it just for triangle for now. Boom, boom, boom. Here, rotation equals 30. If E class entity class, if we are rendering projectile, then our rotation should be actual entity rotation. Okay. Is it gonna do anything? Oh yeah, look, they're spinning. Should do something for easier debugging. Because since I introduced waves, now I need to wait for new enemies to spawn, which is annoying a little bit. So are they spinning or are they not spinning? I think they're not spinning. Oh yeah, they do. Okay. 150. Okay, yes, they're spinning. I need a way to make game run faster in debug. Or slower. That would be so much easier to see how things work. I'm curious if I can just artificially increase frame time or something. How would it work? If I go into game, update, we just read in frame time. What would happen if I just multiply it by 2? Yeah, my whole game is running faster. Yeah. Okay, cool, but yeah, I think it should be fairly straightforward thing to do at some point. Okay, let's just finish up the rotation thing. Now, if I were to do it for rectangle, the problem is we are not accepting rotation here either. Also, we are drawing rectangle lines for the outline, which doesn't accept rotation. So I think we need to first switch into drawing rectangle with outline by drawing 2 rectangles. Let's see if our rectangles are not broken. Game entity. Okay, of course. Tower. Now we need to pass the rotation. How many of those do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 3. I guess it's fine. It's acceptable. We can just pass the rotation. Like this. Zero. 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 cool. Okay, something flew away. So those are not broken, but this and this is broken. Okay, I understand. These are fine because they're not using my utility function. Okay, what did we do? The rectangle pro, rectangle center. Is the origin thing in relative coordinates? Maybe that's the thing. Rel new vector 2D 0 0. Okay, yeah. Okay, the outline is broken because origin is not center, it's left top point. It's kinda awkward, but I guess origin needs to be adjusted again. Ah, right, because it's relative to these sizes. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Well, it took a while, but okay. I guess we got there. Let's double it one more time. Okay, good enough. We can stop here. Alrighty, so now we have rotating projectiles. Sort of rotate projectiles. So what I don't like is this thing at the very least. Because we added rotation as an argument to these drawing methods, we only want to use rotation from entity instance for projectiles, at least at the moment. And for everything else, we wanted to have default rotation, which is like 30 degrees for triangle and 0 degrees for rectangle. Let's see. So basically we pass rotation here as well. If you just, for the sake of fun, run it, this is what happens, as expected. 0 is not a correct default for triangles. We can define type rotation, struct class rotation class, and we need a type rotation class int, not interface. In the struct, we're gonna have class and value. Value is float 32. Rotation class none. -1. Entity, we're gonna set this to rotation. Okay, if entity rotation is none, rotation angle for rectangle is 0, and then here it's 30, and we kind of still have a little bit of a copy paste, but I think here it makes sense, right? Most important thing is that we are not checking for entity class specifically. Okay, cool. Let's check if it's running. No, in the projectile we have some errors, of course we do. Now here, new rotation, we start from 0. Let's see if we're running. Okay, yeah, it looks good. And do this amazing design pattern. This is next level. Boom. Maybe we can set rotation speed based on projectile speed. So the fast state goes, the fast state rotates to vector to length. Whoa. Length of entity velocity. Let's see what happens. I mean, it's not too bad, right? We probably would want to clamp it at some point, but also our velocity is clamped, so it's not gonna go completely crazy. Cool.